I sort of take my, my kind of personal experiences and things and mix them with kind of like a weird absurdity. Like, is that a word? I don't know, absurdity, if that's even, maybe I made that up, I don't know. I grew up in rural Minnesota, got started doing comedy, which is my background, when I was 19. I moved to New York 3 years ago, sort of in hopes of working in a little more local of a scene, spending less time in my car and in Best Westerns. Incidentally, kind of getting reestablished here in New York is very hard, and it wasn't so much that I wasn't up for sort of the challenge, because I feel like that's a healthy thing, is really testing yourself and kind of pushing the limits as much as you can. But I guess I kind of realized maybe my head wasn't totally in it to just do stand-up anymore. And right around the time that I decided that, I was actually getting more involved in sort of multimedia production, podcasting, YouTube videos, and things like that. First got started with audio production because I really liked music, and specifically hip hop was actually a really big influence with me. If you couldn't tell, obviously, by looking at me, what my medium is. I just started to sort of screw around with audio production programs and things like that, and from there, that's when podcasting started to kind of come into play a little more. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Ear Candy. Thank you for joining us. A little bit of quiet applause in the background from the studio audience / guest host this week. Very exciting guest, friend of mine, musician composer Ben Stapp is with me. Welcome, Ben.
Hey yo, what's up, yo?
I didn't expect you to be quite so urban.
I have a lot of influences. I actually grew up sort of in the ghetto, if you will. Yeah.
Really? And I think that's where you really realize what you're truly kind of gravitating towards, is if you're willing to just like give up huge mass amounts of time in your life to like devote to learning a recording program so that you can make like a track or so you can learn a script or whatever the heck your medium is. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Ear Candy. Thank you for joining us. I started Ear Candy, the podcast that I work on, roughly a year ago with two comedians, Sam Gritner and Joko Cazello. And sort of our initial idea was to kind of, I guess, cross-promote our comedic personalities with musicians and sort of anybody that really needs exposure. So we work with online PR firms and independent record labels to get our music, and it's kind of a cross between sort of morning radio and college radio as far as format goes, because we're not really in sync with morning show type of humor. I'd like to think we're a little bit less conventional, a little more alternative, and also the playlist is not a top 40 playlist. It's definitely off the beaten path. But I mean, essentially that's what our goal was to sort of bring exposure to all these different people as well as ourselves, because I make music and I need a platform to sort of show my music to people. It's there to promote other people. So really that's what we were trying to do, was kind of bring a little recognition to the people that aren't the Jonas Brothers or Maroon 5. I'm sure they're lovely people. Don't get me wrong. I've been fortunate enough to work with really great people as far as co-hosts go. I would have to say the collaboration process in general, whether it be a guest or someone that's like more permanent talent, is what kind of always keeps me interested, because you're always kind of learning about something you don't know about. You like to bring sexy back every chance you get.
Bringing sexy back. Sexy never left.
That's what I'd say. That would be my album. Is Sexy Never Left.
Sexy never left. And that's sort of
just got ignorant, you forgot.
All the pieces have kind of fallen into place where I would get, production work from my podcast listeners, or people I meet in networking trying to find record labels or music for my podcast. So it all kind of like merges together in a weird way. We've had a lot of our listeners be very giving in donations, so we've been able to kind of monetize this thing. But I would like to sort of expand on that, grow the audience, but stay kind of true to ourselves in terms of content. I would love to take sort of the base that we have and sort of maybe parlay that into some sort of spot on maybe an internet radio station. I'm really happy with what we've done so far, and where it's gone. I would just like it to be bigger. And I really feel like in a pretty inexpensive way now, just about anybody can execute whatever kind of bananas crazy idea that they have, just like in their home office or den, for relatively inexpensive.
So until next time, for David Jenkins and Joe Cocazello, I'm Adam Hinnicker, reminding you to keep it gangster.